This is the Revelate Designs Terrapin seat bag. It's the 14-liter bag, but I haven't seen any reviews on YouTube, so I'm going to run through one with you guys real quick here. 14 liters with a confirmed 3 rolls. With a confirmed 3 rolls right here. Okay, I don't have 3 rolls on it right now, so realize that to get this amount of stuff in there, it would be a challenge. The greatest thing about this bag is that the dry bag separates from this. This stays on your bike, and you're able to take the dry bag with you into your tent, keep everything dry, pack it in there instead of having to cram it into the bike. You can pack it on there. It's really helpful. So this is the bag, and it's actually an impressive amount of space. You get about 20 inches of storage through it. And one of the best features is right here. This allows you to breathe all the air out of the bag. And when you're compressing all of your gear into it, that's very helpful. So you can hear it if I press on it. All of the air is escaping out of here. In most dry bags, they kind of puff up. And then it's a problem to get your gear in there because you've got a lot of air in there taking up volume. Just as an example of what I'm able to store in here, I've got a pair of non-compact waterproof pants. I don't like the cheap waterproof pants. I think they'll work. A waterproof jacket that I tucked inside the hood. A big sleeping bag. So this is a big 20-degree down sleeping bag. And in the front, this is where you keep all of your heaviest stuff, right in the front here. One, because it keeps the weight distributed, it keeps the weight closer to the seat so it's more stable. Okay? And the other reason is that your small stuff, well, I guess not the other reason, but it's important to put all your small stuff in here so you fill out all this area, because it's not a circle. You can see it's kind of at an angle. It's a wedge shape. Properly fit inside this wedge shape. And in there I've got merino wool t-shirt, a 250 or 200 weight merino wool long sleeve shirt, a very non-packable pair of Japanese cycling pants that are kind of waterproof, a little bit of toiletries. So now that you have some idea of the volume that fits inside, which is the important thing, that's the thing I couldn't conceptualize in my brain, we can take a look at how the bag actually mounts. I'm sure if you've gotten to here, you've researched the bag. I'm not really going to show you how it mounts. I'm just going to say that it works really well. So the bag attaches in 2 points. The seat post right here, which is a major flaw, and I'll show you that in a second. And then you have the actual seat attachment right here. And one thing they do really well is that the material, this material right here is kind of, it's kind of sticky, it's rubberized, and so that does a good job of helping everything stay stable. You can shake the whole bike by holding it back here pretty easy. And when you get it, it'll feel a little loose, but a little wobbly, but it's not bad at all. For a frame of reference, this is on a size small Surly Bridge Club, which is a small bike with 27.5 inch wheels. The tires are 27.5 by 2, and I've had on there the WTB Riddlers that are 2.4 inch wide, and there's still clearance, so there's plenty of room for this bike, or for this bag on any bike. So the biggest benefit to this bag, seat bag, versus any other one on the market, really, especially like the Ortlieb one or even the other Revelate one, the Visasha or whatever it's called, is that it's 2 pieces. So it's a dry bag with a harness. And I'm going to show you why that is so awesome. So the great thing is that you can take off this dry bag while still leaving all of this, because this is kind of a pain to get on. And it is for every seat bag from what I've been able to find out. So you just unclip these 2 things right here. And this slides out, which is awesome. It's awesome that this comes out. Because trying to pack a dry bag while it's on the bike and you're holding the bike with your legs and trying to shove things into it, it doesn't really work. So this is really, really perfect. Okay, so I mentioned there is a design flaw in this. I don't know if it's a manufacturing mistake or if it's there for a reason. I don't know what, but I'm gonna try to keep this all in focus here. When you go to put this on around your seat post, the first thing that's difficult is that this tab right here, which is necessary because this Velcro is so strong to pull apart, is in the way. So when you go to put this in, you're gonna have to fight with it. Usually, see, it's trying to fit through this, and this is rubberized, and so that's kind of a pain. So you weasel that through, okay, not that bad. And then, unless you have the thickest seat post in the world, you see this, all this extra Velcro, you gotta wrap this around, and so you can kind of pull on it, right? So you can get it through, it's not a big deal. And then you wrap it over, and voila. But, if you see here, on this video, if you've got an HD, you can see there's a single line of stitching. And there's a single line of stitching here. And eventually, from taking this on and off, and going back and forth and pulling it through, and wiggling it through, like that. I just don't have a lot of faith that that stitching is going to hold. And I would love to know why it's like that. Why they didn't take this Velcro or hook and loop. I don't know if they use Velcro brand, but this hook and loop and put it over this one. I'm just not sure. But overall, this is a wonderful bag. It's fantastic. It's the best you're going to get. That's the only nitpicky thing I can even think of. They've even got protection here so you don't wear through the X-Pack material with the buckles. The buckles are strong. You could replace all of them if you needed to yourself. They put in a little piece of Velcro in here to keep this from flopping around. It's great. I haven't ridden it a lot. You can see it's still pretty clean on the bottom because it does work kind of as a fender. But I'd highly recommend it. I think it's the best option. I would not goof around with having one that only mounts to the bike, and so every time you need to take it off and then take it into the tent and put it back on the bike, I think that's a pain. Use this one. It works great. And if you want to film your bike, you want cool pictures, I really recommend you get one of the colored ones. So this panel here is colored. Okay, so don't just get the black one. Get the red one or the purple or something. It'll stick out a lot. It'll look really good on camera. This black just has a tendency to kind of fade, especially with the black bag. It looks good in person, but on camera it doesn't stick out. So I'm getting one for me and one for my wife. I'll be getting this will be hers, and I'll be getting a red one for my bike. So, you know, that red, that little bit of red just sticks out. It looks so much better. Overall, 5 out of 5. I would just like an explanation of why this happens. And I'll send this video to Revelate. Maybe they'll reach out and post it in the comments. I'm sure there's a reason. Everything on this is very thought out and well designed. None of the seams have any kind of pull on them. That's important. If you look at it, you know, anything cheap, you'll see that, and you'll see the thread, and the thread will be getting pulled, and you can kind of see the seam just being forced. And that's a weak point. That's a wear point. Is it going to affect a weekend warrior? No. But if you're taking this somewhere over to Europe or a long trip, or you're biking from, I guess that would be a long trip, but you're biking from South America to North America or whatever, you don't want something that's going to start having seam failure, because then it's going to ruin your, it's just going to fall apart on you. And stuff like this is very hard to repair. So overall, good job. Big fan, and I'm ordering 2 full kits from you guys. So all of your gear has been exceptional so far.